what can a common Hindu or a common citizen do to at least slow down and to stop the damage to some extent that is happening to Hindus and to civilizational cause? Is there a practical action plan that we can adopt? And how do we win this civilization battle in the long run when we know that demography is destiny?
I think there's a simpler way forward. Don't release our temples. Declare yourself a Hindu state. You can't have it both ways. That's it. You choose what you want to do. पैसा चाहिए तो परिचय को बदलो. That's it. Otherwise, I don't see the point in filling your coffers. This is not a facetious statement. I'm making this very, very seriously. Because then we will have to confront the absolute worst of values inherited from the West, secularism. Then you'll have to confront that. And you'll have to call out the BS it is. And then you'll start talking about a lot of things. Now that's one. But what is it that we can do as Hindus? One, don't leave Bharat for California. Please. Kindly, please. गांव छोड़ दिए, शहर छोड़ दिया, भारत छोड़ दिया, तो बचा क्या? किसके लिए लड़ रहे? मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता है. वहां से क्या you will want to form a diaspora fighting for a country which has vacated the country? Kindly, please stay in Bharat. This is the way of the future. Shakti has traveled everywhere and has come back to Asia. It has finished its journey in the rest of the world. The history of the world is a movement of energy. Energy is finally coming back to its source. Kindly stay. If you're looking for perhaps being a part of the most interesting, exciting generation, notwithstanding the troubles and challenges ahead, this is the place to be. Bharat is the battleground and Bharat is the way of the future. I am not saying this for any other reason. शिवलिंगों का अपने आप बाहर आना अपने आप में कुछ संकेत है if you're a believer. Idols which have been, I'm a hardcore believer. I hope that doesn't offend you.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Hardcore believer. इतनी सारी मूर्तियां जो 400 साल 500 साल दबे पड़े थे वो बाहर निकल रहे हैं. The explosion of interest in Bharatiya Sanskriti is tremendous. The voices that are being produced. I am a low-grade hustler. Ignore me. Look at the number of Shastric voices coming out, trying to protect traditions, who don't get the kind of space and the social media position advantage that we get. So, these are signs. And Dharma believes in cosmic signs. I cannot ignore that. 3, संस्कृति को बचाने से पहले परिवार को बचाइए. जो आपके बच्चे हैं जो वोक बन रहे हैं उनको पकड़िए. Because the motto of the left is you have power, we have your children. And they're investing in the future heavily. The rubbish from the United States has been refused by France, but India still doesn't have the guts to refuse it. I will never subscribe to gender-specific binary, non-binary pronouns in my life. I will never do this. This is internet karma. I'm saying this. I will never redact this particular position. As a Sanskriti that has dedicated temples for transgenders, which has celebrated in its own way, I don't need to learn your refuse. One, you don't need to teach us how to treat these people. They are our people. The worst of terms which are used to address them don't come from Hindi, they come from Urdu. Therefore, we have our own ways of, let's say, looking after our people. 3, at least at home, have a 3-tier system wherein the Matrabhasha finds some space. Please do. I will tell you the extent of my own coloniality. How seeped we are in English. 2 days ago, when I was actually trying to buy something on Amazon. For some weird reason, it switched to Hindi. It was such a clutter and irritating clutter in my head. And I said, what on earth is this? An Indian language is a clutter in your head? And a language that you're comfortable speaking in? And a language that you're comfortable conversing in? Because you see, speech is okay, but reading is important. Because then you won't forget the script. Now, you will remember, you will read. How many can write now in mother tongues? Thank you. I'm so grateful. Are. And force your native press to not simply transliterate English words in Marathi or Hindi. Computer ko computer mat bolna. I'll tell you why I'm so proud of Tamil language chauvinism. I'll say this. Let me just answer this question, and I hope I don't offend sentiments here. If I do, that's okay. The point is, the Dravidianists see Tamil Brahmins as Aryans. And we are castigated left, right, and center. Whereas all the prime literature has come from the Tamil Brahmanas. Subramanya Bharati, who they worship, is my distant relative. He is actually the damad of my family. And these are all, he is a cherut smoking Tamil Brahmin. So if you go to Nepal, they have traditions where they castigate Rama because ladki ko diya, dekho kya kar diya. In Bihar and other places, they won't give people their daughters in marriage to people coming from Uttar Pradesh and Koshal. There are certain traditions there because they carry the memory. Similarly, we say this about Subramanya Bharati. Dekho hamare ladki ke sath kya kar diya. Because the man never earned. He was a thinker. Cigar smoking thinker at home. Okay. Now the point is, retain your mother tongues. There is a reason why you have Ishtadev as a concept. You owe your duty to 3 sets of devatas. Your Kula Devata, because that protects your collective identity as a group and the traditions that go with it. Your Grama Devata, which is your guardian deity. Your Ishta Devata you choose according to your nature. That's exactly why Dharma offers you this 108 baskets. Choose what you want or mix and match. And choose a deity according to that. And once you have chosen or subscribed to that, please make sure that at least once a week you dedicate in some form to that particular deity, because all this talk is useless because you have to match the other guy in his commitment to his deity. And that is something you must learn from them, no matter what. It's not wrong. He is wrong because his point of view is against us. And he has positioned himself as matter and antimatter. But our commitment is where we are fundamentally, let's say, it's a shaky wicket. So in a previous talk somewhere I said this, the principle is what I'd call the SIP principle. Spiritually fit, intellectually fit, and certainly get physically fit. Make one trip to Israel and you'll realize not one gentleman I saw there had a punch. Once I came back, I realized kuch na kuch to karna padega. I can't go like this. So each of these components are important because it makes a difference. One of the reasons that Guru Gobind Singh specifically had physical attributes for the Khalsa, especially the beard, is to invite and invoke fear. The Kada was a sign of metal and Kshatra. They still call the weapon, the art of learning weapons in their own corrupted form, Shastra Vidya. It's nothing but Shastra Vidya. So my suggestions would be the following. Hinduism, as Rawatji said, unlike Islam, is rooted to a particular bhumi, which is why you pray as you worship to the bhumi as well. It's a consecration that happens with every ritual, so protect and stay. This is your land. Others can leave because it's not their motherland. This is our Mata. You can't leave. 2, protect your children, your language, and we don't have the voluntary concept of zakat, fortunately so. 10% to any organization that does service for dharma in some way. Hindu hai to bandhu hai is the bottom line. Thank you.